Hello guys, welcome to Jazz Talk. Today we have some of my black men here on the panel, and we want to discuss a lot of things that's going on in today's society. We have a lot of people that's angry, a lot of people that's upset, a lot of people that's hurt. And I brought my men on the panel today to say, hey, what's going on in America? What can we do? What can we do to bring peace and to bring the community together? So I want you guys to stay tuned to see what some of my black men on the Jazz panel have to say. Thank you. Here with me to just kind of discuss about the things that's going on today in America. I want to start off with speaking to my black men. How do you guys feel about what's going on? We all know about the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the recent shootings with the police officers, killing innocent black men in the street like they're animals. How do you guys feel?
Not safe.
Not safe.
I read this meme on Facebook, and it read about 20 some odd different killings based on 20 some normal life situations. Like as a black man, you can't walk to the car, you can't have fun, and it listed black men who got killed as a result of, and they talked about one like I can't walk to the store, Mike Brown, I can't have a hoodie on, Trayvon Martin, and you can't get pulled over, Philando Castile and all of that. It's just like, you can't get put over corroborating. It was like, well, you reach for your else, you could die, so you gotta make sure you drive intended to the speed limit. You don't want to have too many people with you in the car. You gotta look out for unmarked cars, especially down here in Texas, and it's not safe at all. And then you gotta have the overall arguments of course, Black Lives Matter, but I see on the internet too, a lot of people are kind of sweeping under the rug the black on black crime, and something we're not talking about that right now. It's like I kind of disagree with that, only because those are still people that still getting killed. It's families that's still having to pay for funeral costs and go to funerals. And, you lost a son, father, brother, whatever, and we sit up here talking about, we can worry about these people at this time. And I get it, it's the injustice because that black man's gonna get 50 years, 100 years, blah blah blah, and the cop gonna get off. I completely understand that, but I was talking with one of the homies, and he was talking about we're not talking about that right now. I was like, bro, you a city official. So I was like, what you mean? All of this got to get discussed. It's not just okay. Cuz got killed by the Asian cop, or cuz got killed by the white cop. Of course, we don't fuck with that at all. But it's like all of that because you look like a hypocrite now. Yeah. Okay. I guess, but everybody got an opinion on social media.
Yeah, and to touch on what you said, I think it goes back to what you just said about the black on black crime. I think what the issue is, we have officers that took their oath to serve and protect.
Right.
So we hold them to a higher standard. You're supposed to protect me.
Right.
So how am I afraid now when I see you instead of feeling safe? Now I totally agree 100% that as a black community, we definitely need the same riots that we're doing and the same, organizations that we're doing in movements with Black Lives Matter. Black lives should matter on the platform of in the community, police officers. A life taken is a life taken, especially if it's an innocent life. So I think that as a community, we need to understand that. Just because I say, hey guys, how about we start a movement to say, hey, let's stop killing in our own community, doesn't mean that I don't feel the hurt and the pain, or I'm blindsided to the fact that you do have police officers that's taking their power and using it for evil. And I think that's what a lot of people are getting confused with, because if I had someone today, like I showed with you guys earlier, I shared a stat from 3 years ago that said all lives matter, pink, purple, blue, yellow. At the end of the day, we just want justice where it should be given. We want the police officers to be held accountable for their actions. You guys took an oath. You guys are supposed to serve and protect us. If you feel like you cannot do that without basically stereotyping or cherry picking, then maybe you need to find another job. That's my thing. So I definitely 100% respect Black Lives Matter. Okay, I respect that. I respect the movement, but I do want my black people to understand, in order for us to fix Black Lives Matter on that platform, we have to look at everything and fix our community. I was at Unity National Bank in 3rd Ward. I was there for 3 hours yesterday opening up my account. I didn't complain. It was so unreal. You heard so many people coming there. It was like, I want to open up an account. I want to open up an account. I'm here to open up an account. And we were like, she's like, well, it's going to be 2 hours wait. We wait. You had people sitting on the floor. You had people standing. And it was because they literally ran out of chairs. And one of the reps, she came out and she said, we have never seen this. She said, I grew up around the corner. She said, my mom and my dad, has had bank accounts here for years. So I know everything about this bank. She said, and to see this is just like, wow. That was an amazing feeling that, we as a community can actually come together and do something. But one thing I have to say that was kind of weird was you had people come here and say, are y'all giving stuff away? Because they just like, why if all these black people all of a sudden want to open up an account? Why do they have to be giving something away in order for us to come together? Now that took me
because
another level.
our minds are probably not our minds, but most black people's minds are programmed to, whenever you see a crowd of us in somewhere in public where it's something that can be beneficial towards us, it's like something's either discounted or given, like kind of like Black Friday. So
Yeah.
True. I have many issues right now. I think it's the irony of people in Chicago calling me, telling me, man, be careful in Texas, when they're killing every day. But they're so prone to what's going on in Chicago, and they get so numb.
Yeah.
They don't look at the fact of what's going on there. They're like, man, be careful, stay safe, man. Like, you too.
yeah, like you desensitized to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy to me. Like, the biggest thing is like, black on black crime, it happens every day. Yes. That don't mean I don't know what's going on because I say Black Lives Matter. It's like if I said, man, we gotta stop breast cancer. It's killing people. That don't mean I'm against colon cancer. Like I feel any less. Like my mom or someone in my family could be where they have breast cancer and I'm just walking or I'm saying like cancer sucks. Does that mean I'm less for something else? It just kills me how I can't be for both. Like I can't be for Black Lives Matter and I'm for justice of black people. It just kills me that I don't understand. And you get in these arguments or debates with people and they don't really get it. Like I have to be one thing.
Yeah.
I gotta be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not against any police officers. I major in criminology, so I'm not. There's some really good cops out there.
Yeah.
But there's also some ones that
Yes.
believe in the system, like they say, he looks like a crook.
Right.
I've studied from classes with professors, and they were like, it's a sixth sense you get when you've been a police officer. You just can look at somebody. How can you look at somebody and tell me? The numbers are skewed because I got a white guy on this side of the street and a black guy on this side of the street. He's got 33% chance to get stopped more than this white guy, just because he's black. So those numbers are skewed right there. But people don't want to talk about those numbers. They just want to say, oh, it's the same. No, it's not the same. I just posted a video on Facebook about this white couple. They were in a restaurant, and they were like yelling and screaming at these black people. And I just said to my boy, like, if a black man was there, they wouldn't have done that. They attacked them because there was nobody back. And the fact is, if you're no manager stood up, nobody stood up for these ladies in the restaurant. Nobody came and said, hey, don't do that. No white person, nobody, not even the manager. And it's just crazy to me, like, they would have saw a man, they would have been like, whoa.
Because they would have felt threatened.
Exactly, absolutely, because they would have gotten that feel. They would have been like, man, wait, let's stop right here. But just what's going on as far as the police officers, I mean, them getting shot, I don't see there's no right in that. That guy's just a fanatic. I don't see any color that nobody deserves to die. But then the flip side is nobody deserves to die. You got a man on the ground, you have him, held, what threat is there?
Right.
None. And then the guy got shot in the car, he's like, look, I'm sitting in the car, his baby was in the car. I mean, it's just
Like I'm a pistol on you, my baby in the backseat.
he told me I
What
was
sense does that make?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of issues going on in the world right now. And it is crazy being a black man driving in the car and the police. I mean, if they pulled you over right now and you're outside, well, I mean, what would you do? You aren't, because what's going on in the world, you're going to be like this and turn stuff.
10 and 2.
Now, would you guys feel any less of a man, for example, if you got pulled over by the police officer and you yes sir, no sir, yes sir, here go my driver's license, here go my registration. A lot of people are saying, well, why should we have to act like that? Well, because we want to make it home. So until we can get to a point where, hey, police, we are seeing, the police officers that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, as far as, going above the law or taking law into their own hands, we are, in a sense, are driving around scared. And
Right.
a lot of people are like, well, why should we have to do that? I have a homegirl that's on Facebook. I love her dearly. And she's pro-black. I just totally. And I don't knock her because your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion. But one thing I respect about her, she has her facts. But she put something up there that says, I'm so tired of everyone saying, let's have a peaceful protest. There's no such thing. And this is what's scary. If we continue to fight violence with violence, or we're, going out there trashing, and it's not a peaceful protest, the police officers have their guard up even more. So if you sneeze the wrong way, they're automatically going to pull, because now everybody is on pins and needles. So why not protest and say, hey, we're not the animals that you think we are. We're not violent. And not every black guy is a criminal. We know how to act like we have sense. And like one thing I seen in Atlanta with T.I., that right there was just like, wow. That was a peaceful march. Nothing. And even the one in Dallas, although it may have ended the way it did, the protest technically was over. And it had dispersed. And then you had the gentleman that no one seems to know, and there's no trace of his DNA anywhere, to do with the action that he took against the police officers. But I just think that it's important for us right now as a black community to think before we act.
I have two issues on that. When have we ever used, and I mean, we don't really know, but when have we ever seen anybody use a robot sent in to kill somebody? I mean, I'm just wondering, and maybe it's happened, not saying, I don't know everyone that's ever been killed by a robot, but I just think one person, one man, they send a robot in, and no one can be found, and all of a sudden it's a black person.
With America,
did this shooting. I'm just like.
But with America, just like with the Hiroshima bomb, America got a lot of powerful tools that people don't know about, whether they did it or whatever. But like you were saying, piggyback off the Black Lives Matter, I like what you were saying, that, you got black on black crime. To go back on that, okay? Me, myself, from Chicago, I had a brother that was killed, okay? And killed by a black person. So my take on it's a little different. I analyze things, because I know this black person that stood in court pulled the trigger on my brother, okay? But again, you learn in life to forgive certain situations, because you gotta look at the problem. You gotta look at the whole gist. Okay, why is it we have a lot of black on black crime? Even before you get to the white on black crime, I mean, that's been going on since the day of time.
Right.
But first you gotta focus on the community.
Right.
Okay, the community, first of all, it's a lot of frustration. That's like Chicago and Milwaukee, very high in murder. Okay, people frustrated, no jobs and
Right.
things of that nature.
Right.
Black man taken out of the household.
Right.
Okay, so now it comes to the education part. Okay, of course we know that cops are anal. I done got stopped plenty of times. But when you have people that's not educated of the law, and then being humble, if you know somebody got the upper hand, you already know that these people was put into the system through HR. They let them through, which they shouldn't have been there. You got to be as humble as possible. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, we already know a lot of them that's going through the system. I mean, so much. I have friends as police officers as well. Right. And not all black and white cops get along in the police station. There's a lot of racism in a police station. Because it is some good cops. And of course, bad cops, that's human nature. But again, you got to look at, or we have to look at who controlling the system. When they go through HR, first of all, the police force is mostly ran by the European nation. So again, most of the blacks getting a job, they need to pay their bills. They really are not controlling this and controlling that. But I do feel if blacks get more into politics, right, understanding about being on the board, legislative and things of that nature, in terms of making decisions, open up doors for other people as well, then they can help educate them and also take away a lot of their frustration with the black on black crime. Because the whole goal is crime is crime. Right. Okay, now I do feel this as well. I believe in peace, but my own personal opinion, some Farrakhan was talking about, some people believe in eye for eye, and I understand that. But my thing is this, You don't want no whites to get killed or blacks.
Right.
But it's sad that it had to come to this point
Yeah.
for people to start hearing blacks was killed back in the days.
Yeah.
You know, so many bodies and things of that nature has been put away, even when, you know, moving to the South.
Right.
It was some people I didn't even know. I mean, kids that's been murdered.
Right.
And we haven't even heard up north.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad that it had to get to this point, but I do believe in, sometimes it takes things to get to a certain point so people can be able to recognize. Not saying I agree, don't condone, but again, you got a lot of blacks been wondering, okay, when you gonna listen to me?
It get worse before it get better.
That's it.
Right, but do you guys think that, and I agree with a lot of things that you said, but do you think that to make a violent stand is going to make things better or worse?
No, it makes it.
It makes things, like I said,
Make it
worse. Now,
Yes, it does.
I think that's the scary part, because you guys are all my friends.
Mhm.
You guys are black.
Mhm.
You guys, when you leave here, you got to get in your car, you got to drive home.
It's true.
You know, I have nephews, I have brothers that live in Atlanta, you know, that live in Georgia.
Mhm.
So it's scary to me because, and even in Wisconsin, because we have a gentleman, and his name is Jay Anderson, shot down in Milwaukee. But you didn't hear about it because it wasn't on tape, you know? So right now, I think what's making our community so upset because we can physically see it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was watching Alton Sterling, and I watched the video. The first time I said, I'm not gonna watch it. And then they put it from the second angle.
Yes.
I cried like that was my
Yes.
father.
It's horrific. Yeah.
Because there is no way you can justify that.
It's true.
There's no way you can justify that.
There's two
If you
men on
feel
top.
like that you
Mhm.
couldn't take this man
Yeah.
down, it's two of y'all.
Right.
Granted, he was a heavier man. You already had him down. He
And-
wasn't resisting. What was it that he may have said something. So you shoot him in the chest because he said something that may have been out of line.
Mhm.
Like to me, it's nothing that anyone can say to justify that.
In that second video, you hear him say what's going on, and that's one thing as a black man that I feel like I get killed asking what's going on. What did I do?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Flashbacks.
You know the chances of like
Yeah.
winning the lottery? It's like something in a million or something.
Mhm.
So imagine the chances to win it twice. Probably ridiculous, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the chances of me and him grabbing you and our body camera follow?
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
What's the chances of that happening?
Both of them.
That's right.
And they took the person that recorded it, what you call it, for evidence. And they took the surveillance camera from the convenience store.
And not only
Mhm.
that, but the gentleman that actually posted the video was actually arrested. I mean, we all
Yeah.
know. Come on, I
We
mean,
know.
we know what it is
Sure,
and everything
that's right.
like that. And again, that's why I'm stressing the fact that again, I get the movement of Black Lives Matter, but I just feel like, and matter of fact, even us as a community to stop separating.
Yes.
I put a comment on somebody, and I said, man, you guys, we have to pray for our black men. Well, what about us black women? Okay, y'all, come on now. Like,
Yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
we always try to find a way to separate
Yes.
us, to divide us. You know, we all know about
Mhm.
Sandra Bland. You know, we know about the Trayvon Martins and everything like that. We just need to pray together to come together
True.
where we stand so strong and so tight.
True.
It's nothing that they can do.
True.
And that's what we're in. Again, it goes back to opening up the checking accounts. If you want to make a person mad, hit them in their pockets.
That's right.
Hit them in their pockets.
That's the biggest thing. Now you
Yes.
see people are starting to boycott and they're not letting people shop.
Yes.
People are like, whoa.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
That's
do
right.
something.
That's
Yeah.
right. Hit them in the pockets. That's
You
true.
gotta hit them in their
Black
pockets.
people don't
True.
realize how much money we spend every single day.
Yeah.
In Chicago, 30% of the money that comes downtown, that's spent downtown Chicago, is from black people.
Mhm.
Yes.
But you can't tell nobody don't
Biggest
get that
consumers.
Gucci purse. You know what I mean? But if we stop shopping, they
Yeah.
will come out.
And businesses dry
Yes.
up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember a black college. I forget which one it was, but there was an altercation at the mall, and they boycotted. Nobody shopped. The mall came to the university and told them, 50% off, 60% off.
That's
Please
right.
come back.
Mhm.
We sorry. Whatever that happened has nothing to do with us. We need you to come back and shop. We need them checks. When you get them
Yes.
school checks, we need you to come here. And they were like, you know, they boycotted the mall.
And that's
Malls
why
can't
take a
afford that.
team, like you said. That's why they went ahead and destroyed the, 1921 of Black Wall Street.
Mhm.
Because when you have a ethnicity with so much power dealing with finance,
Yes.
the thing is that people don't want that.
Right.
Okay,
We're a threat.
That's right.
We're a
We're a threat, and that's the whole key. It's like actually I went to Asian store, and like I said, I love everyone. Peace is peace. But the Asian guy, was talking to me using certain type of profanity, and I was asking about a price on something. So what happened? I told him this. I said, well, some of the people I know that comes in this store, I said, I'm gonna tell them to stop coming. So he tried to change his attitude.
Right.
But I told those people that was usually coming to the stores, a lot of the barbers going there to get, different barber supplies, they stopped coming. And then he wanted to go ahead and start giving me. But I said, no, we need to do that more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make them
Hit the pockets.
Yeah, make them.
Hit
At
the
the end of the day,
pockets.
we have to demand respect.
Yes.
And there's no other way. When I was at the bank, waiting, one of the little girl, she had to be like 19 years old. Mind you, we're in third ward, right? She says, "Mommy, I'm hungry," and her mama said, "She's black here. Open up a checking account," and she was opening up a business account. And she says, "What you want?" She said, "Popeyes." I said, "If you take her to Popeyes, you might as well go take your money back to Chase. You got Frenchies around the corner.
That's right. That's right.
You better make that girl some Frenchies."
That's right.
And she said, "You right." The little girl said, "I don't like Frenchies." I said, "Why you don't like Frenchies?"
Program.
You know what she said? "It looks better on TV." How many Frenchies commercials we seen on TV? Then you had another, y'all, it took the life of me not to say anything. I'm sitting down, you had one brother next to me, and he's trying to convince his blood brother to open up an account. Look at it. We've been here 2 hours. They only got 2 people over there. They got 3 tellers. They only got 1 ATM, and they only got 1 other bank in Missouri. Everything negative. And I'm minding my business, y'all. I tried.
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm sorry, and I don't mean to be nosy." I said, "But how do you think they're supposed to grow if we don't feed them?
I
If
was
we're
just
not
about to
putting
say
our
that.
money into them, we're not investing to them, how do we want to see them grow?"
That's right.
We're so quick to tear down and say, "Oh, that girl store ain't got this, and that black hair store don't have this." What if we're
It's
taking
too
our
much.
money around the corner somewhere else? How are they supposed to?
That's true.
You bring up a
That's-
good
that's
point
true.
about tearing down, because you talk about a point with politics.
Uh-huh.
Frat brother of mine was talking about, he put a meme up, a game and Snoop, and they went to the city officials in California and all
Okay.
of that. And they were talking about how taking the stance and all of that, kind of like how Carmelo and them doing SB. And the first thing that that homie did was talking about, well, you making records talking about black on black crime and you kill this and you kill that. And I'm like, well, I chimed in, like, well, I'm an artist. You can't take away what I've been through, what I've seen. They talk about, with your brother and all of that. That's therapeutic for them, how they get their
That's
anger or
right.
whatever out. But you mean to tell me just because that's what they've been through, that they can't go here to try and make that difference? They have a different platform than all of us have. Like they'll be able to go to the said city officials and all that and have them conversations and be more respected just because of the influence that they have in them same neighborhoods
Yes.
that
Yes.
up them itchies and do what they need to do. And it was hard getting that point across just because they didn't want to think in that mind frame. Like we was talking about, the most disrespectful people on social media and just people that have different views about Black Lives Matter and all that are strong-minded individuals who don't talk to listen, they talk to respond.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
another division between us as well. It's disrespectful because it's like, well, how can I get this point to you? I see what you're saying. Of course, it's not condonable, all of that, but these are the people that can bust down them doors and look the part, like, Snoop, loped up, cricked out, bloods and all that, game and all that. And I'm like, I see what they doing because they're coming in peace, but they look like these people that you arrest every day. But it's like, as city officials, as cops, how can you look past that? It's time to, and it's a shame that, like we talked about, we got to get worse before it get better.
Those people grew up with those same people. Like
Exactly.
you see the cops. I have friends that are cops. They
Right.
grew up in the hood.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Obamas, they invite people. Wale was just at the White House.
Yeah.
Right.
These people are, they know, they have the community.
Right.
People listen to them. They listen
Right.
to the music. But I do agree with like the music thing. At some point, you have to change it because it's constantly telling these people this is what it is. And I understand if that's your struggle. I do.
Right.
But then the flip side of that is like, Jay-Z's like, I can't keep talking about what I did 10 years ago because I'm not doing that anymore.
Right.
You look at me now, if I said I was flipping keys, you'd be like, no, you're not.
Right, so as a community, as a black man, for example, T.I. was like, whatever, I'm there. This man has a brand where
Yes.
he could possibly lose endorsement, but he stands for something. I think that's what a lot of us are losing. Like, you know, back in the day, it was nothing for them to say, we're going to take this march. And we knew, hey, I might lose my job. I got 7 kids. My wife cleaned the house at the big house. They might fire her and now she blackballed and now she can't be no more nanny, no more nothing. But the fact that they wanted to make a change was more important than that. And it's like sometimes, and I see this a lot of times in corporate America, you know, where I ain't gonna say nothing because I need my job. Yo, it comes to a point where we have to.
10 of us,
Let me
we said
say
the same thing. They gotta adjust it.
Something has to
them.
happen. But it's one thing to see one black man and they're already like, ooh. Imagine if they see 10.
That's right.
We don't have no guns. You know, there's no cursing, no anything. But we come together united. That would scare them more than ever. To act, whoa, wait a minute. Before, you know, they were killing each other and, you know, they're robbing and killing the elderly, whatever the case may be. They're tearing up their own community. But guess what? Now we're painting the boarded up homes. And now we're investing and we're buying these homes and helping the community. And we're giving back to our community. They have no choice but to respect us. They have no choice then to be like, well, wait. They're coming together?
Right.
Okay, oh Lord,
That's
now
right.
what are we going to do?
That's true.
But it's so easy to try to, I really feel like this, and I know a lot of people may disagree, but I feel like for them it's easier to target the black community because we're so divided.
Agreed.
Look at the Jews.
Oh my God.
Whites kill more whites than blacks.
They do,
Right.
yeah.
There's more of them.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
Yes.
It's more
That's right.
white people on
Yes.
assistance.
Yes.
There's more of them on everything because there's more of them. Wake up. It's only like 40 million black people. There's 300 million white people.
But who
It's,
control the media?
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Propaganda. You know,
Exactly.
so
It's crazy.
they put on what they want to put on.
So it's like people never
Yeah.
think about that. But as far as my money goes, I can't go to the neighborhood store and somebody asks me for. I'm like a stickler about my money. If I go buy some Jordans, or which I don't buy, but if I bought Timberlands and I was gonna buy these shoes and they ask me for my ID, I got a problem with that. Because I can go to Gucci, they don't ask me for my ID. So why you're in my neighborhood and you're asking me for my ID? I don't need you to take care of me.
But guess what though? This is what I feel. I grew up on 14th and Atkinson, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, North Side. It right now, 53206 is one of the worst zip codes in Milwaukee right
Call
now.
it 5320 shit.
Yeah, it's horrible. Every time I go home, it's literally around the corner. Bang, 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 bang. Like it ain't the 4th of July. It's the fireworks, but it's just, you know, people around have become so numb. But we have a corner store. It has been there, Nebby's. They call it Starks. Has been on that corner since before I was born. When I was maybe 22, 23, knocked the store down. Now she made a liquor store. Now she has a laundromat. Now she has a bigger grocery store. And now she has a deli. All off of our, no, she's not, because she's not black.
Oh, damn, she sound black.
She's not black.
Yeah. That's right.
We have funded her daughter's education, her son's education, have taken care, because you know how they do, they stick together.
Yeah.
So they bring their families over. He pulling up to one of the poorest zip codes on the north side of Milwaukee in the big one. And they stay in Menominee Falls.
That's the key.
And I told my mom, no, don't get me wrong, and I'm going to say this because it's so many black men that have passed away that she has buried. I will give that to her. But why that can't be us? Because right around, literally, you had Starks here, and you had a gentleman who, I forgot his name, was an older man that literally was right across the street. We would go to her. Or I would. My daddy wouldn't allow it until he eventually had to close down. And he stayed on top of his store in the hood. But we would walk across the street feeding them. And I didn't understand it at the time because I was like, well, her store bigger and she got better treats. Well, yeah, because we're going over there. And eventually he had to shut down.
At least get out of my situation.
Fuck you. But I feel like of the people, we have so much to offer, and they're scared. But think about it: if we just come together and really unite, and I mean really unite, man, that just be a sight. When I was at the bank, and I keep bringing up the bank, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, I was there for 3 hours, and I was just like, wow, amazed. But a lady came in, and unfortunately, she was not African American, and she said, I want to close my account. And so the lady said, well, why do you want to close your account? She was an older lady. She said, you've been with us for years. Why do you want to close my account? I'd rather not say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, automatically, my mind thinking,
She didn't know it was a black bank.
it may have been, and I'm not gonna, and you know what? That's crazy because I did not know, about, honestly, I never thought about it. I just knew bank, whatever.
Everybody posting it's on Facebook right now. They're blowing it up.
It's definitely something I encourage anybody to do your research. Definitely don't just take my word for it. Don't take Facebook word for it, Instagram or anybody. I mean, go online, Google, do your own research, and make sure you make the move that's best for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I cannot stress you guys. Right now we are in a time in America where we need to come together. We do not need to be divided. I'm going to say it again. Yes, Black Lives Matter across the board. I have black brothers. I have black friends. My husband is going to be black.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are black. I live in a black community. So at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I'm doing whatever I can to make sure that I'm investing in my own. Because again, if we come together, man, we're unstoppable. And that's why they're trying to break us down. Because if we stand together, united, man, what are they going to do?
That we won't fall.
Yeah, so again, I want to thank you guys for watching. This was something that I just felt like I truly had to do, because I can talk about relationships, and I can talk about dating and all the other stuff that we talk about on JazzTalk. But if I didn't address this, the small platform that I have is useless. I encourage anybody, I don't care how big, how small. If you're a club promoter, how about you promote something where it says, hey, community night or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use our platforms for good. Us black women. Hey, you do hair. Let's have something where 5 and up, you get a free hair wash and free braids. Let's just do something in the community to let everyone know, hey, they can stand together and they can come together, and it can be something where there's no violence. They love each other. And for some strange reason, I'm starting to really think that America think that we don't. And we do. And we definitely do, because we have so much to give to one another. So again, I love you guys. Stay strong. Make sure that you think before you act at anything you do. I definitely don't want to hear any more killings, but definitely about nobody that I know. So let's make sure that we stay strong and we stay smart. Love you guys.